And we're back, guys. Welcome. Welcome. We're here to conclude this series. Maybe if Epsilon dispatched Copenhagen Wolves
Let's not get too far ahead now. Someone's bet skins on this match.
I swear I haven't. You can't prove anything.
I can't.
You can't.
But we know you kick badges, that's enough. You're probably guilty.
We're back to this. I bet you're guilty of some
I
animal
can't
cruelty as
man,
well.
When we're casting a match and you say, oh, by the way, I've kicked 2 badges before, it's just something I can't let go that easily. You know, this is. I mean, this takes some adjusting. I need to like just come to terms with the fact that you kick badges from.
And you showed me the honey badger video before this as well.
I have shown him the honey badger.
That was just like pump me up, I guess, get my testosterone going for the cast. I don't know.
Yeah, so maybe you stay away from badges in future. But yeah, if you didn't watch yesterday's streams, there was a revelation that DDK has somehow accidentally kicked not 1 but 2 badges at the same time. I don't know where we go from this, to be honest with you. Hopefully the match is ready, because
it's not easy to really jump off of that. But
yeah,
and it's actually happened. It happened again another time. Like it happened. Those 2 incidents of what you just said.
Okay.
I'm blowing your mind, James. Are you
serious here? Are you serious right now?
I'm serious.
Had 2 badger kicking incidents.
Yeah, of course.
2 separate ones.
Haven't you?
The first one, haven't I? Kicked a badger before?
Well, haven't you been running in the countryside and just there's loads of wild animals running around. I mean, there's deers and badgers and all kinds of animals that run.
Never kicked a deer. Never kicked a badger.
All right.
I don't know.
There must be something that
I don't know how many people are in your badger kicking club, but I don't think it's many. Like, you should make a group on Steam. DDK's accidental badger kicking homies. I think you'll be the only one.
Accidental badger kicking homies.
Yeah.
That's next level, James.
I don't know what to say. Twice.
We don't have the organizational capabilities to run a Steam group, so it's never going to happen.
That's unfortunate.
Yeah,
but I mean, you'd be with the balloons and overpass, but you'd be the only guy at the party. So that would be like some kind of sad forever alone situation.
Actually, speaking of which, the anniversary thing that's gone now, is it? I don't remember hearing any party poppers or balloons.
Oh, we had one defused, didn't we? On the bomb site.
But that was like last millisecond, like from shox.
Yeah,
I don't remember hearing any party poppers.
No, we'll have to pay attention to them this time.
Oh my god, I want that to stay in for just the rest of Counter-Strike. Forever.
I don't.
I'm gonna have to dig up some dirt on you, James.
Well, you won't find any badgers in that though, that's for sure.
So find something out.
Yeah.
You look like a man with some secrets.
They're not badger related though. Anyway, we've got the
that is my thing.
The mountain and the viper here. Who's gonna win?
Do you say the mountain and the viper?
Yeah. You know, watch Game of Thrones.
Oh right, okay, right. Yes.
Back in the room.
Yeah.
Who wants CT side here? Who wants C side?
I haven't read the books. Well, the thing is that it really depends on the team, because of course this map is classically being referred to as, you know, kind of T-sided, and it is to an extent because of the kind of the standard round.
Oh, the backstab! Boom!
But largely speaking, it can be a lot to do with the psychological aspects. Playing some teams like starting on CT just because it feels better. Like, it just feels better to start on CT. It's a bit more fun, and you get to know what you have to do on the easier side afterwards.
That's a bad miss. It was in his hands, that knife, but he just pressed the mouse button too soon.
It's too bad, and we're going to see the answer to your question. Epsilon actually going to be on the T side with Copenhagen Wolves on the CT side, but that's totally fine for both teams here. And what's going to be really interesting to see is, first of all, Copenhagen Wolves' default setup going into this match against Epsilon, if they've done their homework, maybe because they knew that this match was coming up a day in advance, so they should have had they could feasibly have prepared something. And it looks like we have Epsilon just rushing for the A split, which is nice. Let's see how this turns out.
Yeah, it's going to be really hard for the CTs to defend the bomb site when they've got 2 angles and they've retreated towards CT spawn already. Going to go for the retake, it seems, which absolutely makes sense because there's only so many angles you can hold. So
and also the terrorists can't have nades.
Epsilon will get the bomb plant here.
This is so strong from Copenhagen Wolves. Beautiful play. And Nico got to react fast. kioShiMa holding down long, and it's a 4 now. The retake in full swing. We have GMX holding crossover pretty effectively. GMX going pretty huge there with a double. And here goes FX going for that money. Oh, and he gets that knife. And that's $1,500 straight to the bank. Straight to the offshore account in the Caymans.
So I suppose that was an Epsilon approved knife because, you know, previous knives have...
that's a big deal.
Have put people in hot water on the Epsilon team, but this one
that's a big deal. That's
has the stamp of
man.
Yeah, it's got the stamp of approval. They've got I guess in that situation compared to, I think there were 3 people that could have been killed last time. But that time they've got nothing, literally nothing to lose. Spawn with a Glock next round, and there's nothing else going on. So perfectly reasonable knife there. And that's going to be an AWP, maybe round 2 if they win this round as well.
Yeah, and Epsilon just going to punch their way through onto B. Glaive has been in some great opportunities with that Glaive, that scout rather. Glaive has, I really enjoy seeing the scout buys and seeing what players.
But how much money does he have left? Like, well, is he on par with the rest of his team here?
I'll have to check it out. Nope. It seems like a bit of a weird situation because the scout makes sense if your teammates are buying pistol armor, because then, okay, we have pretty much a synced economy, but this is not so much of a synced economy there.
Yeah, so I wonder if, I mean, are they money broken now?
I mean, it's fine if they have something so that, okay, we have the cheap M4s and we're not going to buy nades. That's like worked into their setup. Yeah. Obviously, like if they have worked something like that into the setup, it's totally cool. But obviously, if it's a bit of a miscommunication, then that's never nice. And it's going to be Epsilon with an easy take of round number 2. They lost 2 players, but actually we saw Nico and Pimp. Actually, Pimp stealing himself away in AK, which is a really big deal.
Yeah, that makes it a lot more
and
worth
Nico
it now.
taking Glaive's dropped scout. So
it is another eco round for them, though. So ideally, if they don't win this round, they carry at least the AK through to the following round.
And Glaive is charging up here, just trying to get himself into lower dark. A lower dark take would be really strong, but they can't actually they don't have the manpower to really do that. And Epsilon moving through the upper dark there towards that B-bomb site, going to take down karrigan.
Worth noting that Pimp and Nico with the weapons did buy Kevlar, although didn't do much for Nico, but Pimp is the one with the AK here, so the Ts will look to identify where he is and then possibly either decide to take him out or push the opposite bomb site.
Wow, Glaive, what a nutter, just going for it for the through the smoke there. And yeah, not a lot of frags being found in this round so far. Only SF gets dropped for Copenhagen Wolves, and we go into the next round, number 4, and we're going to see the buy coming in from the Wolves, and this is pretty important. Now they got a lot of ways to try and play this. They can choose some safer options where they don't give easy duels. Like for example, they don't have to take the mid duel with the AWPs, and Nico's actually going to get boosted here onto short. So I like that a lot. I like that. He shouldn't be trying to go for basic challenges against the AWPers. Nice dark take here from Copenhagen Wolves as well. Going to get themselves a kill. Oh wow, SF and FXO going to easily capitalize though. Nico comes into play and that flash too strong. That was an excellent flash there from FXO. It's also worth noting that, I'll actually come back to that after the round, as it is a 2-on-1 here for the T side. Yeah, worth noting that there were only 4 primary weapons for Epsilon until the last second of the buy round now. I think they were deliberating whether they went for the AWP, and they chose for 5 AKs in the end, which was interesting. They had 2 players who could have bought the AWP, but they've got one for free. Yeah, and Copenhagen Wolves are getting the full benefit of that consecutive money loss bonus, or round loss money bonus even. Such a tongue twister, I swear. And Copenhagen Wolves are going to be into a lot more buy rounds soon. But the problem is that, okay, sure, for them they get to buy more, and that's great, you know, when you're losing rounds. But actually, Epsilon, they are going to be building up a massive bank behind this, and it's going to be so far away for them to actually eco. So Copenhagen Wolves aren't going to find any free rounds. If they can't take this in the next couple rounds, it's going to be looking pretty grim for them. They are going to pick themselves up an AK though, so this is the start of something. So the Ts need to be careful here. There's only 3 of them left, and one of them has an AWP, which again is less versatile versus an eco in this situation. So they're going to want to try and stick together as much as possible, so they can get, at the very least, trade frags, etc. Although that does obviously lead them also susceptible to CZ spray down, so it's a double-edged sword. But looks like GMX is going to be doing most of the peeking here with 22 HP. Gets the first frag on Nico, and they're going to push the A bomb site here. And cajunb in a fantastic position here. There is the Juan League. He's looking for the next one, and he's not going to find it. FXO to take him out, but it's a 1-on-1, and actually AWP for FXO versus the AK on Pimp. This could definitely be Copenhagen's round, and look at that great reaction. He even finds himself the headshot. Pimp to secure it, and they do get the round back. And they couldn't have come any sooner. They really needed to get that down there before the money really started to run away with Epsilon. And now we're going to see a Scar coming in for karrigan and an AWP for Nico.
It looks like Afexio, when he was on the bomb site, was waiting for the CT to do the Super Mario Brothers jump and peek, but it didn't happen, so he went for the peek himself and the head got ripped off, which is unfortunate for him, and puts Copenhagen Wolves onto the scoreboard in the 5th round. And yeah, they still have money to whip out that Scar, so they're going to be looking to eventually have one person holding B. There's 2 there at the moment.
Looks like a B split could be in the works here as they are trying to take mid here very slowly with that bomb. It's a 4-1 split, and here we go up into that B bomb site very shortly. Glaive is going to be having to look in 2 directions at once very soon. Going to be holding it down, but not for long enough. 3-on-3 now, and they are going to get that bomb down. So this is an ideal situation for Epsilon. Absolutely perfect, even though they lost 2. And a lot of this decision-making, I think, came down to the fact that they early on they peeked out and spotted that the one AWPer that they knew was on Copenhagen Wolves' side was at A long. And so that really encourages a B split because you know the AWPer is so far away. And now we can see the benefits of that. They get plenty of time for this post-plant setup. Great defense coming in. All 3 fangs, one after the other, and Copenhagen Wolves can't do anything. And that's really the power. Like, if you get that fast B split when you've confirmed how many, if there's like 3 players towards long as there were for Copenhagen Wolves, it is so good because they are so damn far away.
In a lot of high-level matches on Dust 2, the CTs often leave mid completely alone in the initial stages of the match. I know with the old Titan lineup, they very commonly left mid alone for like half the round almost. And it's not often you see a mid rush that fast, but you saw how effective it was. I mean, the purchase from karrigan was like versus that situation was worst case scenario really. He only managed to get 1 frag from the window, so that's probably the most expensive frag you'll ever get, $5,000. And Glaive, last man standing on this eco, and does a backflip into the bomb sites, which I'll give him 3 out of 10 for that one because he, face planted. There was no clean landing. There's no bow afterwards.
So Epsilon's sponsored by Nike then, because kioShiMa's got like Star Nike. Oh no, GMX is Star Nike at the end of his name.
Yeah, I think they do their jerseys or something, don't they?
Really? That is amazing.
Yeah, it's really cool.
So cool. All right, back into the round here. We have another buy from both sides. So this is Nico actually getting tagged with his AWP, which is pretty regrettable there for the Wolves. And shox just absolutely beasting his way up short, finding himself a frag onto Nico, and just tapping Pimp down right over it long. No fear from the Frenchmen here. Epsilon just murdering themselves some Danes, and it looks like karrigan and Glaive remain, and they're probably thinking about trying to save this or go for exit kills because there's really nothing you can do in this spot. And as far as money goes, they are dead broke.
Only headshots for shoxy. Headshot machine. He is inhuman.
shox is so good.
Yeah.
He is so good.
When he comes onto the server, he should just like type, "I want your claws, your boards, your motorcycle," and then like every match.
Oh my god.
Because that's basically what he's doing. He's just riding around ripping heads.
And is he going to find... Oh, he does find karrigan, just guns him down.
He's bloodthirsty.
Epsilon, James, they are just tearing through Copenhagen Wolves at the moment. It is not looking close at all. And it's not even... It's just the individual skill. It looks like that is just shining right now for Epsilon. And not just shox, but in pretty much all of the players.
How's the scoreboard
from the
looking
French
right
side.
now? Yeah, it's fairly evenly spread out, really.
Yeah,
9-9-8.
Oh, and look at this. shox just going to go for the entry frag again. And Pimp was so incredibly blind right there.
Okay, I think we're going into the shoxilon zone right now, so enjoy the ride, people. 7-1 to Epsilon, looking like it's going to be 8-1 as well. Where is karrigan at the moment? He is floating around in mid.
Yeah, that's kind of one of those spots where shox is like, just flash me out mid, I'll do the rest. And he gets himself a couple kills, just opening up mid completely, and it was chaos there. Even though they know that there's pistols from Copenhagen Wolves, they don't even care. They just rush out by themselves. They don't care.
I mean, was the match versus Unwanted with the double overtime, was that a kind of a precursor to this happening against a stronger team like Epsilon? Is that what's going on here, or is shoxy just...
Honestly, I think Epsilon
Jesus.
are an incredibly good team. They showed that to everybody at ESL 1. They had some fantastic games. They did a 16-1 against Hellraisers to kick off their ESL 1. So, I mean, they are definitely showing that they have good leadership. They definitely have the individual skill, and they've got the experience, and their team is gelling together. They, of course, put in FX Show fairly recently, but it seems to be working for them.
With 8 rounds in this second map, they are halfway to a $50,000 league, which probably must be the most expensive league in Counter-Strike, maybe?
And look at this, they're all creeping up dark, actually. This is unusual movement from Epsilon. They're going to throw SF all the way back there, but there's 3 members of Copenhagen Wolves sitting on that B bomb site. They are walking into the Lion's Den here. And there's many Lions in this den. Well, Wolves, I should say, as Copenhagen Wolves managed to just gun them down before they can even set foot in the bomb site. And just denying SF entry, that was just too easy. It's as if Copenhagen Wolves just knew.
How many flip knives do you think, flip knives Safari Mesh, how many do you think you can buy with $50,000?
I don't know, James.
Okay, I think I want to see some guesses in the chat. Guys, tell me, how many flip knife Safari Meshes can we get with $50,000? Let me know.
Someone's going to do the math. But there won't be enough of those flip knives for there to be that many flip
Hopefully
knives.
not.
Then they would
would
devalue them, wouldn't they?
Flip knife Safari Mesh is hideous.
But they would devalue to the point that it would be like a... anyway.
I see what you mean, yeah. That's a mathematical calculation for another day. cajunb did get tagged on his way to the B-bomb site through the doors with the AWP.
shox working mid again. He's been so successful in this so far. I would definitely be afraid of going for a one-on-one against him. Blade getting flashed
teamwork.
out. Beautiful. Epsilon trying their way for some picks here. kioShiMa to get denied by the only Pimp.
It looks like a late comeback from Copenhagen Wolves. I mean, a similar thing did happen yesterday in a match as well, I think on Inferno. Like, despite a team getting trounced like 7-0, they can still bring it back to 8-7 here, potentially.
Oh, Glaive in from the back, through the smoke. Only going to pick off one, though. GMX.
They know where the bomb is.
And there's just 2 of them left, though, and they don't have much time. And here it is, SF. He is alone against 3. He's got to kill this guy really fast. Oh, great turnaround there from SF. Oh, if he had killed kajunb, very well played there from SF. He made the right decisions. He just didn't hit the shots.
Yeah, they've still got enough money to buy here. So this could be our last chance saloon to kind of put the scales back into their favor here. Otherwise, Copenhagen Wolves may find themselves on a roll.
And we had the double up set up here. kajunb and Nico with those AWPs from 2 angles. And now they're going to split off and find themselves on separating for each site. As Epsilon do make their way up short, they make their way out on long as well.
That's valuable information from Glaive being in mid. So you can see they've done a full rotate from the B bomb site, and they're going to have 3 there while this assault comes in from the T side. Nice pick there from Nico, and we'll see what the T's can do. You can see kioShiMa's gone back to mid, so he's going to be looking to flank. They probably realise that the CTs have rotated, and they are retreating all the way away from A long. But they're going to have no idea where the CTs are. They could be almost anywhere right now. And kajunb gets a nice frag there through double doors, and it's all falling apart here for Epsilon.
But here we go. shox 1-on-3. Going to be taking his way into mid just momentarily to pick himself up a kill on kajunb before the sprint.
He still has the bomb. He still has the time. He has the aim. You've got to be scared in this situation if you're Copenhagen Wolves.
And now Nico's confirmed his position. And Pimp is coming through dark. They have a great setup here. And there you go, Pimp going to catch him in the back of the head.
That was an anticlimax, man. I was hyped. And just, nope, sit down.
You expected it from shox. And Nico's going to pick up that AWP, so they're going to go back to those 2 AWPs.
The noise is still there. Did you hear it? The party noise. Party noise confirmed.
Nice.
Okay, so now because they got the bomb plant, Epsilon are going to be able to buy once again. But it is 4 rounds on the board now for the Copenhagen Wolves. Another double AWP setup, and they're going to have a bit of money to... Oh! Never mind. R.I.P. and pepperonis. Damn.
Oh, karrigan getting himself in trouble there over in long. A committed battle against 3 players. And Epsilon taking the A bomb site by storm, or at least the attempt is still actually underway. They have long.
They have long and they have
short
2 off
as well. And here we go. They're finally actually getting themselves in position now, and Pimp kind of has to go for this, to be honest. He just has to go for it. Here he goes. He's going to find himself an engagement one-on-one. Separate one-on-ones. That's good work there from Pimp. Just barely not making the frag there with that HE, and he will go down.
That was going to always be a difficult round for him to win. They planted the bomb for A platform, so just above and to the right, if you're facing the bomb site from the pit, is where you can defend the bomb from as a terrorist with an AWP or similar, or an AK, whatever you want, really. Oh, and these tags just keep coming round after round from the terrorist side, leaving the opposing player with 20 HP. And that's
it's a hard life.
It's an eco round as well, so he's I think he's a bit frustrated with that.
It is hard life. And Pimp and kajunb left to try to do this, but it looks like it should be an easy 10th round for Epsilon. If Copenhagen Wolves can bring themselves to 5 rounds, they're not going to feel too down in the dumps. That's definitely more than doable to bring themselves back from 5. It all depends on how strong their offense is when it comes to, of course, the T side. Yeah, and that's very, very interesting.
That was excellent aiming there from SF on short. Obviously, all these guys are keeping their crosshairs at headshot level, and he was holding the corner as well, so the guy ran into his crosshair. All he had to do was click, and that was the end of the round. No, oh no, Pimp has been tagged again. Oh, that must be so frustrating. When you get tagged every single time you run double doors, you're not a happy guy.
And they got a great setup here, and it's going to be Epsilon charging through the smoke into the grinder of Copenhagen Wolves. It's 2-1-3 at this point, and let's look who do we have outside the side. It is Nico and Glaive. Glaive up close and personal, but he's going to want to wait for reinforcements to come in to help him out with this, because otherwise he's going to find himself in a lot of trouble with no backup. karrigan flanking. It's all about karrigan here. karrigan's going to make this happen. What was that jump from kioShiMa? Did you see that, James?
Yeah, that was
springing off the wall.
I don't know what that was.
Actually, is it like a curve on the wall you can kind of jump on and it like springs you off? I don't know. But either way, it's going to be Epsilon with 11 rounds to the 4 of Copenhagen Wolves. How many rounds have Copenhagen Wolves got together so far in all the maps combined that they've played?
Not a whole lot, it must be said. I'm wondering, like, one solution to continuously being tagged through double doors as CT is to bounce the smoke off the wooden box, so it smokes the back of where you run past, so you can run through the smoke without denying yourself vision of mid. You don't see it too often though in competitive matches, and I'm wondering why. It does, I suppose, stop you from peeking mid from right at the back and makes your peeking position more obvious, and that could be why, but yeah, there we go. I mean, maybe it's something worth doing every now and then, I don't know, when you're getting tagged every single time you run towards B. Yeah,
I mean, Epsilon were never letting up a strong presence in mid, and that really hurts Copenhagen Wolves, but they do have their chance now on the offensive side here, playing the terrorists, and see GMX in a great position here on long as they flood in, and GMX is going to find himself the opening kill. The trays are in abundance here. SF just dropping them
such
left,
patient
right,
shot.
and center. We have kajunb remaining over at the A bomb site. Gonna look for the long range block shots. And wow, how do you hit the headshot at that range of the block? I will never know. kajunb on a roll. There's number 2, looking for number 3, and he does know exactly where kioShiMa is now. And there's 35 seconds. So he, if he really wants to, can just run this straight to B if he's really fast. But
that might
that's
be tight.
A bit risky. And you can see that kioShiMa's repositioning himself just in case that was going to happen. And yeah, he's afraid of this. But this is very risky.
Well, it's you gotta gamble, I guess.
It is a
I'm gonna
big
gamble, Jim.
gamble.
But the thing is, kajunb has no idea where he's going to be, so it's going to be a late plant, and kioShiMa should know that he can rotate now, and yeah, here comes the rotate. So at least he has vision, and he knows he's not going to be long, because he would have seen him jump over. So he knows he's either going to be short or on Goose, which is where he is in fact. Are we going to see some more jumping headshot shenanigans?
kioShiMa ready and waiting.
Looking for it.
He's trying to be Kaylee right now. But he needs a silence USP to do that. He's going to find the kill anyway. kajunb almost making it happen. And kioShiMa with the kit. It is no sweat at all for him. And Epsilon going to take themselves that pistol round on the second half, and they are already so far in the lead, 12-4 now. And Copenhagen Wolves, what do they even do? I mean, they did get the bomb down, so that they could actually, they could do a surprise buy now if they really wanted to, and that's exactly what they're doing.
Oh, I think this is crazy, man.
It's that mentality that you're thinking, okay, this is the position where their economy is going to be the weakest, so we want to try to get ahead now.
Yeah, it's a marginal situation because again, yeah, if you don't buy now, then you allow the CTs to build the economy. If you do buy now, then I mean, is it how close to over is it if you lose this round and don't get the economical damage in or a bomb plant?
The thing is that they know they're not going to be playing against AWPs as well, which is a really big deal on Dust 2, and so that's another factor going into this decision. But already we're seeing that Epsilon, with aggressive play, are making this a 4-on-2 situation in their favor. Now a 4-on-1, and Pimp is just in an incredibly poor position here at top mid. No ground really, and he gets dinked, and then he goes down. 13-4, and that I do honestly I think that call to do the buy there is actually really good, but it's just Epsilon, they had really good team play and they were pushing aggressively, and they caught Copenhagen Wolves with their pants down their ankles.
So now they're gone on, you know. Now they're in a worse situation. It's a gamble. I think if you do that buy, you have to get the bomb down, and they didn't really get anywhere near a bomb site at all, unfortunately. So it's a good decision making there from Epsilon, and now it's going to be 14-4, and their margin for error is going to be almost absolute zero.
Yeah, of course. It's really one of those situations where they want to put themselves in. It's the best possible place that they can be is if they win that surprise buy, and then they have a really good chance to come back and actually, like they have their best chance to come back. And so even though that was a low percentage play, they're in such a desperate position that they had to make a risk like that. Yeah. Because they feel like
they pushed all in.
Yeah.
Sometimes you got to shove.
Yeah, pretty much. And before you get too weak, it's like in sitting goes. If you get below 10 big blinds, got to push it in. If it's a turbo. But whatever. Anyway.
Thanks for the layman explanation, DDK.
Oh my god. Yeah, I just focus way more complicated than that. Jesus. So many poker players out there right now being like, what is he talking about? But we do have this buy coming in here, and it is, of course, still possible for Copenhagen Wolves. They've got to pull out an incredible result, but Epsilon, once again, with these small aggressive peaks here, there, and everywhere, are winning every single one-on-one they can find. And it's a 3-on-5, and Copenhagen Wolves are left without any ground. They've gained no position at all. Karrigan tries to change that, does drop himself a GMX. But what else is left in the tank here for Copenhagen Wolves on this very decisive, very key round?
Ooh.
Ouch.
I felt that one, that hurt.
And 15-4, Epsilon 1 away from not just a complete whitewash of Copenhagen Wolves, but their position secured in the FACEIT League.
Yeah, this is for all the marbles. This is for. Do we have any numerical suggestions about flip knives in the chat yet? This is for thousands of flip knives.
But the thing with the devaluation, though, is that you will actually need a lot of complicated.
Oh, stop, you nerd!
Oh my god, ruining everything.
Well, actually, if you look at the calculation, it means this.
And look at this double scar coming in, and it's actually going to really not play very well for them as they go 1 versus 2, which is pretty much the worst situation they've been in against the Wolves in quite a while. And it is a 1-on-1. So Glaive is under immense pressure at the moment to perform here. He's got so much time left. And kioShiMa with that scar should have a very good engagement wherever he is. I don't know if he did, but he is. Look at this.
He seems ready.
Yeah.
His body is ready. But is Glaive's body ready for the onslaught that's about to come?
1 bullet. Done. Done and done. Book is closed. And that really was an open and closed book affair there for Epsilon. They absolutely mauled the Danes.
Yeah, they were never really in any of those games.
Yep.
Unfortunately for them. I'm quite looking forward to seeing Epsilon in the FACEIT League. We're gonna see an extended show of what exactly they can do and exactly how strong they are. But the good thing is it's like we're going to see them over the course of 2 months. So we're going to see not just them but all the other teams as well, how they evolve over this time. Because I mean there are other leagues that people play and so on, but never, at least in the history of CS:GO, has there been $50,000 on the line for a league. So this is, you know, every match is going to count here.
And Epsilon, they definitely deserve that spot. I mean, they just do. They're just so good, and it's great to see that they made it, because it wouldn't have been the same league without them. So it's good to see that it's sad to see the Copenhagen Wolves losing their chance, because of course they are a fantastic team, but
to come so close.
Epsilon, on paper, recently the results, I really feel like the better team did make it through. Yeah. So Epsilon deserving it for sure. And we see the power of not just shox and so on, but just all of the players. They all had amazing performances there. And of course, we get to see Hellraisers in our next best of 3, our next little mini final.
Yeah, so Hellraisers versus
Hellraisers, because usually Hellraisers are having a lot of issues.
That's very good.
Do you like that, James?
I like that one. That is very good. Hellraisers
they're playing.
Hellraisers.
They're playing against Mouse Sports, guys. In case you didn't actually know. but
I thought you'd gone mad for a second. I was like, oh no, wait, I get it. I'm there. I'm with you.
Yeah, we're gonna get like really meta here. But they'll be playing Mouse Sports, and they have Alu, they have Chris J. They got these really strong players. Of course, those are kind of the 2-star players. But Mouse Sports have recently looked like a very strong unit. They've gelled very well together, and pretty much across all the maps.
They beat Nip yesterday, didn't they?
Oh yeah, they've been putting in a lot of sick performances. They had like a downswing for quite a while, and you know, they were kind of on par with Na'Vi in the same sense. Na'Vi were kind of having a lot of problems, experiencing issues with their results at the same time. But all of a sudden, Mouse Sports, they've just sprung right back up again, and they look monstrous. So this game should be amazing, unless Hellraisers are defeating themselves. If Hellraisers play the game that we all know that they can play, if they believe, James, this is going to be one hell of a best of 3, and you guys absolutely do not want to miss this.
Get your skins on this match, guys. It is a best of 3. It's not going to be on a knife edge best of 1 here. It's for all the marbles, as we said before. Who do you think's going to take it?
It depends if Hellraisers really turn up.
What if they do? Then
if Hellraisers turn up, it's going to be hella close. And I actually want to say Mouse Sports, because they've been looking so good overall lately. But I guess we'll see. So guys, we're going to take a short break. When we come back, you have that amazing best of 3 to look forward to. So don't go anywhere.